Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 4, which is entitled as Jnana Yoga, Sloka 41. Yoga-sannyasta-karmāṇaṁ jñāna-sañchinna-saṁśayam ātmavantaṁ na karmāṇi nibadhnanti dhanañ-jaya. This sloka is a nutshell of what's been told so far. Dhanañ-jaya, a conqueror of riches, that's Arjuna. Yoga, karma yoga in Krishna consciousness, that is nishkama karma. Sañchinnaṁ, cut. Saṁśayam, doubts. Sañchinna-saṁśayam, by that knowledge, having all his doubts dispelled. ātmavantaṁ, situated in the self, whose mind is steadfast. karmāṇi, works. karmāṇaṁ, the fruits of actions. jñāna, by knowledge. na, never. nibadhnanti, to bind, or powerless to bind him to samsara. The sloka means one who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus, he is not bound by the reactions of work, O conqueror of riches. So, kevala karma is renounced, that which doesn't have to do with ātma-jnana. Karma, kevala karma means just the action that has to be renounced. So that doesn't mean that one has to not do the action. It means that one has to do the action in jnana, not just the action. So, kevala karma is renounced, that which doesn't have to do with ātma-jnana. He does only those actions that helps him in developing that ātma-jnana, the knowledge, further. He renounces the results of action. He is not attached to the results of his action, but still continues to do the action, karma. Not the karma is renounced. The attachment or the interest to the results of the action is what has been renounced. So that's what it means when Krishna says yoga-sannyasta-karmāṇaṁ. The earlier actions, which are the cause of bondage, do not bind him, this person, anymore, when the actions are done with proper knowledge, the knowledge of Atma, Atma-jnana. Because that action is now turned into jnana. Earlier also he was doing an action. Now also this person is doing an action. The difference is, earlier he was doing without the knowledge. Now he is doing with the knowledge. When he was doing without the knowledge, it is simply called kevala karma. Kevala karma means action without knowledge. Now, since he is doing the karma, that is self called as jnana, jnana karma. Now he is free from doubts due to the clarity of the self. Before he was having all kinds of doubts. Now he is free from all the doubts. It's very clear for him about Atma, about the self, and is firm in his mind regarding the teachings that he has received from his Guru. That means the teaching that he has received from his Guru is also doubtless, is clear, complete clarity in the message that he received. Therefore his doubts are cleared, he doesn't have any doubts, and he has a firm regards to the teachings, complete faith in the teaching that he received from his guru. Now, so the very first step is to approach a guru. For any spiritual progresses, it is not an individual program that one can work, and people try to do that. But what Krishna is recommending and what the Shastras are recommending, one has to approach a guru and express the guru that I want to take shelter at you, at your feet. Could you please impart the truth, the knowledge into me? So this has to be expressed. A disciple should express to a guru by approaching the guru. Then guru accepts the disciple and imparts the knowledge. Knowledge about Atma, knowledge about Paramatma. Well, one might ask this question, why I have to have a guru? When there's the same matter about Atma, Paramatma, Dharma, Karma, whatever you say, all these things are available widely in the internet. What is the necessity that I need to have a guru? Well, one can have these tools, whether it's internet or whatever it is, but still, there's nothing wrong in doing this, but still, behind this thing, there should be a person. And that person is considered as guru. Not the internet becomes guru. The person behind the internet becomes a guru. Whoever is giving this knowledge, I mean. Now that we know with all the situations going on right now in the world, the schools are online. Many non-academic classes are online. Many things are becoming online. But all these online programs are guided by a physical person, a teacher. The teacher puts a process in place and guides the student through. So it is important that one has a spiritual guru in life when it comes to spirituality, to take guidance and for us to be accountable to someone of our progresses and someone who can correct us, chastise us for our mistakes. So what about, can I accept a guru who's no more living as my guru? He's not living, but I like that person. I've been hearing his lectures, I'm reading his book, but he left the world, he's no more here. Can I accept him as a guru? Well, that's not what the Shastra says either. A guru has to be a living guru, not the one who has passed away. And the living guru should be in that particular parampara, a particular parampara, that he had a guru, that guru had a guru, and so forth. And it's just not about learning through lecture, learning through books of someone. It is more about the whole program. It doesn't become a complete program just by me saying that I'm going to hear from my guru. It is more important is that in adding, hearing the instructions is one part. At the same time, one also have to serve the guru. That is important as well. But the physical service to a guru cannot happen unless one has a guru who is physical, living guru. Therefore, it is important one should have a guru who is physical, living, and then approachable, so that one can serve the guru. That's an important element in the whole guru-disciple relationship. It is the knowledge along with the service makes one to realize the truth and makes one to grow in spirituality and makes the same person eligible to be a guru for his future disciples. If he himself have not gone through this one, then he won't be a qualified person to accept disciples. So again, one has to approach and accept a guru, then learn from that guru. When heard regularly and continuously, one develops faith in that knowledge that he receives, and strong faith towards the scriptures as well, and start showing more interest to cultivate more knowledge, wanting to learn more. By doing this, one get clarity. All the doubts in the mind are vanished, dispelled. Then, as the next step, the faith is exhibited. It's just not collection of data by hearing lectures. One has to practice, exhibit by action. That is, bringing the instruction that's been heard from a guru into practice. Well, I only like to hear, but I would not practice. Then the growth on spirituality is going to be slow. If one doesn't follow anything after hearing Gita for years, that means that person has not developed faith both in the words of Guru as well as in the words of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So we hear and we start practicing. And the practice will help what we heard to be realized. If we don't practice, then the realization does not come. What we have achieved is the data. We know a lot of things, but without realization. When one brings these teachings in practice, the action and the knowledge will start burning the anadikala karma, meaning the karma that we have accumulated, which doesn't have a beginning. Very hard to trace back when we have started accumulating the karma, the starting point. Those karma will start burning. As the sins reduces, our mind gets attracted more towards the Atma, and that will further develop the ātmavantaṁ. The ātmavantaṁ becomes strengthened. Ātmavantaṁ is the knowledge of Atma. As the ātmavantaṁ matures, the action that we are doing disappears, and it will be full of jnana alone. Action disappears, meaning not that no action is done, but the person doesn't see that as an action, anymore. Because his knowledge is so mature, he sees that as a knowledge, jnana. The same karma has been seen as jnana. And that stage of ripened knowledge is called ātma-sakshatkara, meaning vision of self. One is able to see the self. And in that stage, one sees oneself as Atma, and also every living entity is as Atma, and everyone as part and parcel of Krishna. And that is what has been told in this Sloka, which is a summary of what's been discussed so far in this chapter. Yoga-sannyasta-karmāṇaṁ, jñāna-sañchinna-saṁśayam, ātmavantaṁ karmāṇi, nibadhnanti dhanañ-jaya. Namaste. Hare Krishna.